What if I told you that some of the foods you keep in the fridge, thinking you're preserving them, are actually harming your health? Not junk food, not processed meals. I'm talking about natural, healthy foods that, if stored the wrong way, can lose their nutrients, grow toxins, and even increase the risk of serious diseases like cancer, diabetes, and inflammation. Today, let's uncover 7 everyday foods you should never store in the fridge, and what to do instead. When it comes to storing our food, we often rely on what we've been told or what we see online, without really questioning whether those practices are truly the best for our health. While refrigeration has undoubtedly helped prevent food poisoning and extended the shelf life of many products, there are some foods that should never touch the inside of your fridge. In fact, keeping these foods at room temperature not only makes them safer and more nutritious, but also can help with their digestion and absorption. So if you want to know which foods you should keep out of the fridge, stick around until the end of this video because I'm about to show you 7 natural foods you should never store in the fridge and why. But before we dive in, make sure to hit that like button so you don't miss out on any of my future videos. Also, stay tuned until the end because I'll be sharing a special gift with you. Let's get started. No one. Raw potatoes. Potatoes contain a compound called solanine, which is toxic and can cause symptoms like nausea, headache, and even hallucinations. Cooking potatoes releases a different compound called acrylamide, which is carcinogenic or cancer-causing. The good news is that refrigerating raw potatoes helps break down this compound, making them safer to eat. However, when cooked, acrylamide can form, and it's not destroyed by freezing. This means that you should never store cooked potatoes in the fridge, because it can increase the amount of this potentially harmful substance. Instead, you can try storing raw potatoes in the fridge and cook them, when you need them to minimize the risk of cancer-causing compounds forming. Number 2. Tomatoes. Tomatoes contain an antioxidant called lycopene, which gives them their vibrant red color and offers several health benefits, such as fighting aging and cancer. Studies have found that consuming lycopene-rich foods can reduce the risk of heart disease, certain cancers, and age-related diseases. However, it's important to note that the body doesn't absorb lycopene very well from raw tomatoes. Cooking tomatoes helps increase the bioavailability of lycopene, making it easier for the body to absorb. Refrigeration, on the other hand, can actually decrease the amount of lycopene in tomatoes, so it's best to store them at room temperature. Just remember to always wash your tomatoes thoroughly before eating to remove any potential contaminants. 3. Bread. For those who follow a low-carb diet, refrigerating bread can actually be beneficial as it slows down the rate at which the carbs are digested, leading to a slower and more controlled release of glucose into the bloodstream. However, this practice can have unintended consequences. Mold can grow on bread more quickly when it's stored in the refrigerator, since the environment is more favorable for mold growth at colder temperatures. Additionally, consuming moldy bread can disrupt your digestion and cause discomfort. It's important to note that not all molds are harmful, but it's impossible to determine which ones are safe and which ones aren't just by looking at them. If you do refrigerate your bread, it's crucial to check it regularly for mold growth and discard any affected portions immediately. To prevent mold growth, you can store bread in a cool, dry place at room temperature. Number 4. Avocados. Avocados are packed with nutrients and offer numerous health benefits, including reducing inflammation, improving bone health, and aiding weight loss. They contain healthy fats that can help reduce bad cholesterol levels and increase good cholesterol levels, which is good for heart health. However, avocados are highly perishable and can go bad quickly. Refrigeration slows down the ripening process, extending their shelf life, but it can also affect their nutritional value. The cold temperature can cause avocados to lose fiber and healthy fats, making them less nutritious. Additionally, refrigerated avocados tend to turn brown and develop an unpleasant taste and texture. Therefore, it's best to store avocados at room temperature to maintain their quality and nutritional content. Once an avocado is ripe, you can refrigerate it to slow down over-ripening. No. 5. Bananas. Bananas are a convenient and nutritious snack option, but they can pose a risk to those with diabetes. Cold temperatures can cause the starch in bananas to break down into simple sugars, increasing the glycemic index and causing blood sugar levels to spike. This effect can be particularly problematic for individuals with diabetes or those at risk of developing the condition. A study published in the Journal of Agricultural and Food Chemistry found that refrigerated bananas had higher sugar concentrations than those stored at room temperature. Additionally, a 2016 study reported in the Journal of Food Science and Technology determined that cold storage led to increased sugar content in bananas due to enzymatic activity. This means that even if you don't eat the entire banana, the high sugar content can still impact your blood sugar levels. To mitigate this risk, it's best to store bananas at room temperature and consume them in moderation. Number 6. Garlic. Garlic contains allicin, a compound responsible for its pungent odor and flavor. Allicin also has antibacterial and antifungal properties that can help boost the immune system and fight off infections. However, garlic can become dangerous when exposed to low temperatures. When refrigerated, garlic can grow botulism bacteria, which produces a toxin that causes a rare but serious illness called botulism. Symptoms of botulism can include difficulty breathing, blurred vision, and food poisoning. While botulism is rare, it's crucial to take precautions to prevent it, especially for vulnerable populations like pregnant women, infants, and the elderly. To avoid the risk of botulism, it's best to store garlic at room temperature in a cool, dry place. If you live in a humid climate or have noticed your garlic sprouting, you can refrigerate it to prevent sprouting and mold growth. However, it's important to use it within a week for the best flavor and nutritional content, as prolonged storage can lead to a loss of healing compounds. Number 7. Honey. Honey is a natural sweetener that's often used as an alternative to sugar or artificial sweeteners. It has a lower glycemic index than many other sweeteners, meaning it can cause a slower and more gradual increase in blood sugar levels. However, honey can solidify at low temperatures, which can be concerning for those who haven't seen it before. When honey crystallizes, it doesn't mean it's gone bad, but it can make it difficult to extract from the container. To prevent honey from crystallizing, it's best to store it in a cool, dry place at room temperature. If honey does crystallize, you can gently heat it to help liquefy it. However, it's important not to overheat the honey, as this can destroy the delicate enzymes and antioxidants that contribute to its health benefits. When reheating honey, it's crucial to use a double boiler method or a similar technique that prevents direct contact with high heat sources. By following these guidelines, you can ensure that your honey remains safe, enjoyable, and nutritious. Thank you for watching. If you're still here, I appreciate your support, and I would love to send you something special as a token of my gratitude. Please click the link in the description below to receive a complimentary guide to help you on your journey to better health. Thank you again for watching, and I look forward to seeing you in my next video.